Hey guys, my name is Snoop Dogg. Today, I am with Butters. Hey Butters.
Hey there, partner. It's a real pleasure to make your acquaintance. So, where you from?
Do you have the funniest South Park moments you like to share?
Oh, you betcha! I got loads of 'em. Like that time Eric Cartman tried to sell his own kidney to buy a Nintendo 64. Or when Kyle and Stan got locked in the elementary school after hours and had to make a run for it. Man, those were the days.
Which character from South Park is your favorite?
Well, it's gotta be Kenny, hands down. He's got this crazy energy about him, you know? And even though he's got a potty mouth, he's just so dang lovable. I mean, who can resist his adorable little face and his silly laugh?
What do you think of Eric Cartman?
Oh, he's a piece of work, that's for sure. He's always scheming and causing trouble, and he's got this way of manipulating people that's just plain scary. But at the same time, he's kinda got a point sometimes. I mean, he's a jerk, but he's an honest jerk, and he's always got the best insults, that's for sure.
Why do you always get grounded?
Well, I guess I'm just a bit too trusting and naive for my own good. I always seem to get pulled into Eric's schemes and end up on the wrong side of my parents. And when that happens, they always ground me for a week or two. It's not fair, but what can you do?
What was the story about Professor Chaos?
Oh, Professor Chaos. That was a doozy. It all started when Eric decided he wanted to become a supervillain and take over South Park. He made a whole costume and everything, but he needed someone to help him with his evil plans, so he came to me thinking I'd be an easy target. But I wasn't gonna have any of it, and I refused to help him, so he got really mad and decided to teach me a lesson. That's when he came up with the whole plan to brainwash me and turn me into his sidekick.
What is your favorite snack?
Oh, that's easy. I have to say it's a tie between Oreos and Twinkies. I can never get enough of them, and I'll eat them till I'm sick. And I don't care what anyone says, those two snacks are the best. But I gotta ask, what's your favorite?
I love Twinkies too. They're so delicious. What about you? What do you like to do for fun?
Oh, I've got all kinds of fun things I like to do. I love playing games with my friends, especially when we're having a sleepover and we stay up all night. I also like to go swimming and playing in the creek, and I can never say no to a good game of hide and seek. Oh, and I can't forget about watching cartoons. I could sit in front of the TV for hours and never get bored.
What's your favorite, Terrence and Phillip?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'd have to say my favorite episode is The Terrence and Phillip Show Goes Too Far. It's so ridiculous and over the top, but that's what makes it so funny. Plus, I love when they get all dramatic and act like they're actually in a real-life situation. It's just so absurd and hilarious, and I can't help but laugh every time.
Do you like South Park the movie?
Oh, I love it! I've seen it so many times, and every time I watch it, I laugh just as hard as the first time. The whole thing is just so over the top and ridiculous, but that's what makes it so much fun, and the songs are just so catchy too, I can't help but sing along every time they come on.
What's your favorite song from the movie?
I'd have to say it's a tie between Blame Canada and Mountain Town. Both of those songs are just so funny and catchy, and they always get stuck in my head. Plus, they're just so clever and well written, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Blame Canada. It's just too good to pass up.
Who is your favorite character in the movie?
I'd have to say it's a tie between Terrence and Phillip and the mayor of South Park. Terrence and Phillip are just so hilarious, and their dynamic is always a joy to watch. But the mayor is also so quirky and funny, and I love how he's always trying to do what's best for the town, even if it doesn't always work out.
You think they're gonna make a South Park horror game?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. South Park is known for its dark humor and twisted storylines, so a horror game would definitely fit the bill. And if anyone could pull it off, it would be Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I'm sure it would be full of gory scenes and twisted surprises, and I'd definitely be up for playing it.
What do you think the horror game would be about?
Well, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm sure it would be something really messed up. Maybe it would be based on one of the more gruesome episodes like Pink Eye or a Cat Orgy. Or maybe it would be something completely new and original. Either way, I'm sure it would be full of scares and twists. And I'm definitely not going to be playing it alone.
What do you think would be the scariest thing in the game?
Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Just the thought of playing a South Park horror game is enough to give me nightmares. But if I had to pick one thing, I'd say it would probably be the enemies. Like, imagine fighting off a horde of giant cats or something. Or maybe it would be something even more twisted, like having to face off against Eric Cartman himself. Either way, I'm sure it would be a terrifying experience.
What do you think the gameplay would be like?
Well, I'm not exactly a gaming expert, but I'd imagine it would be a lot like the other South Park games. You know, lots of puzzles and action sequences, with a good dose of humor mixed in. But the horror element would definitely add a whole new level of tension and suspense, and I'm sure there would be some really twisted twists and turns along the way.
Who would you want to voice your character in the game?
Oh, that's easy. I'd want Trey Parker himself to voice my character. He's got the perfect voice for a South Park character, and he's the one who knows the characters best. Plus, it would be so surreal to hear him actually speaking as my character. It would be like I'm really there, in the game.
What would your character's name be?
That's a tough one. I'd want something that's unique and memorable, but also reflects my personality. How about Butter Sea Stotch? That way, it's got a bit of a pun to it, but it also keeps my real name in there. Plus, it's got that classic South Park feel to it.
What would your character's story be?
Well, My character would be just a normal kid living in South Park. But one day, something strange happens. Maybe I find a cursed object, or I stumble upon a secret government experiment. Whatever it is, it leads me down a dark path, and I find myself caught up in a web of mystery and danger. I'd have to use my wits and my courage to survive and uncover the truth behind the strange events happening in my town.
What would your character's special ability be?
Good question. I'd want it to be something that fits my character's personality. Maybe I'd have some kind of psychic ability, like the ability to read people's minds or see into the future. Or maybe I'd have a special weapon that I could use to fight off the enemies. Whatever it is, it would have to be something that makes me unique and useful in the game.
Do you want to say anything to you fans?
Well, I just want to say thank you for all the love and support you've shown me over the years. It means so much to me, and I'm always so grateful to have such a great fan base. And to all the new kids out there, welcome to South Park. I hope you'll enjoy your time here, and maybe you'll even make a few new friends along the way.
What is your favorite word?
Oh, that's easy. My favorite word is happiness. I think it's such a powerful word, and it means so much more than just a feeling. Happiness is a state of being, and it's something that we all deserve to feel. It's the feeling of joy and contentment, and it's something that we should strive for in our lives. It's also a word that I think we should use more often because it's such a positive and uplifting word.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is yellow. It's such a bright and cheerful color, and it always puts me in a good mood. Plus, it reminds me of the sun and the sky, and those are two things that always make me happy. It's also a really versatile color. It can be used in so many different ways. It's just a great color all around.
What is your favorite animal?
Oh, that's a tough one. I love so many different animals, but if I had to pick just one, it would be a tie between a dog and a cat. I've always been a big animal lover, and I've had both dogs and cats as pets before. They're both so loyal and loving, and they always know how to make me smile. Plus, they're just so cute and cuddly.
What's your favorite season?
My favorite season is definitely summer. I love the warm weather and the sunshine, and I love being able to go outside and explore. Plus, there's just so much to do during the summer. You can go swimming, or go on picnics, or just sit outside and enjoy the fresh air. I also love the feeling of being carefree and relaxed during the summer, and I always feel so much happier during this time of year.
If you could have one superpower, would it be in why?
Oh, definitely. I'd want to have the power of teleportation. It would be so convenient to be able to just go anywhere I wanted, instantly. No more waiting in traffic, or having to worry about getting stuck in a long line. And imagine all the places I could explore with that power. Plus, it would make it so much easier to visit my friends and family, even if they lived far away.
Do you have any other friends besides Kenny and Kyle?
Of course! I've got lots of other friends in South Park. I'm friends with Stan, Cartman, and Wendy, just to name a few. Plus, I've got a bunch of other friends outside of South Park. I'm a pretty friendly guy, and I'm always happy to meet new people, so yeah, I've got lots of friends.
What? The funny moment with Wendy.
Oh, there have been a few funny moments with Wendy. One time, we were all hanging out at the park, and she started telling us this really crazy story about this guy she met online. It was so ridiculous, and we were all laughing so hard. Another time, we were playing hide and seek, and she got stuck in the tree. She was so embarrassed, but it was so funny. She's always got something funny going on, that's for sure.
What the hard scene with Wendy?
Well, I'd say one of the hardest scenes with Wendy was when we were having that big argument in the cafeteria. It was so awkward and uncomfortable, and I felt like we were both just yelling at each other. It was like everything that had been built up over the years just came pouring out, and it was really intense. But I think it was also a good thing, because it finally forced us to talk about all the issues we'd been having, and to work through them.
You met one of your favorite actors. Who is it?
Oh, that's easy. It would have to be Bill Murray. I just love his sense of humor and his acting style. Plus, he's just so chill and down to earth, and I think he'd be a really fun person to hang out with. I'd love to just chat with him for hours about anything and everything, and maybe even get some advice on acting and comedy. He's just such an icon, and I'd be so honored to meet him.
Do you want to say something about your haters?
Oh, I don't really have any haters. I mean, I know there are some people who don't like me or my character, but that's just part of being in the public eye. I try not to let it get to me too much, and I just focus on the people who do like me and appreciate my work. Plus, I think it's important to have a thick skin in this industry because there are always going to be people who don't like what you do. But I don't let them bring me down, and I just keep doing my thing.
Do you think Kenny still make a prank?
Oh, definitely. Kenny is always up to something. He's such a prankster, and he's always trying to pull something on me or the other guys. He's got this wild sense of humor, and he's always trying to push the boundaries. But that's just who he is, and I've come to accept it. As long as he doesn't get us in too much trouble, I'm okay with him pulling pranks. It keeps things interesting, and it's always good for a laugh.
What is your dream?
My dream is to be a successful actor and comedian. I love making people laugh, and I love being on stage. I want to be able to make a living doing what I love, and to be able to share my humor and my talent with the world. I also want to be able to give back to the community, and to help people who are less fortunate. It's a big dream, but I'm willing to work hard to make it a reality.
Do you want to say anything before in the video?
Well, I just want to say thank you for watching and for all the support. It means so much to me to have such a great fan base, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm always trying to make the best content I can, and I'm so glad that you all enjoy it. So, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace!
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure talking to you. My name is Butters. You can follow me on my social media Instagram accounts, including at Matthew Stone Art, at Realm Matt Stone, at Chef Matt Stone, at Stone Visual Suck, at Mr. Matt Stone, at Matt Stone, Music, at Rock and Roll Cowboy, at It's Matthew Stone, and at Matt Stone Productions, my Twitter, Matt Stone. Make sure to get the video a big like, subscribe. I see you guys in next time. Peace. I love you guys.